Okay. So anyhow, up to now just we covered pure rolling. For a pure rolling, we know the condition. So for pure rolling, V is equals to R omega, and we calculated acceleration of a body and velocity, kinetic energy, all those things. For suppose if they ask uh, if a disk is rolling, if any disk, circular disk is rolling on inclined plane whose angle of inclination something 37, then if they ask to find what is acceleration, what is velocity and time, just use the previous equations to get the answers directly. See, this is the disk whose mass is m, radius is r, and this height something 4 meter, whatever may be the number. Okay. So if you want to get the acceleration, you remember the formula, I think, g sin theta by 1 plus k square by r square. You solve these type of questions. Okay. So sin theta is sin 37, g sin 37 is 3 by 5. Okay, I think you remember this one, 37 is 3, 4, 5. So 3 by 5, 1 plus k square by r square is 1 by 2. So for a disk, we know mr square by 2, I nothing but m k square, mr square by 2. So k square by r square is 1 by 2. Just this number is the k square by r square. So 1 by 2. Now acceleration of the disk is 3g by 5 divided by 3 by 2. So 6 by 15g. Okay, in the same manner, just you substitute these values in velocity. What is the velocity formula? V is equal to, you remembered already, 2gh 1 plus k square by r square. 2gh nothing but 4, 1 plus k square by r square is 1 by 2. So this is 2 comes to the top, 4, this 4 outside, g by 3. Okay. And in the same manner, you can find the time. I think time the formula 1 by sin theta root of 2h by g 1 plus k square by r square. Substitute theta value, h value, k square by r square value, you will get the answer. Okay. So if they given solid cylinder, again use the same formula. Hollow cylinder. Okay, they may give any type of things. Just you substitute k square by r square and h value, angle value based on the given question. Okay. So anyhow, so far we covered only pure rolling. For a pure rolling, the condition is V is equals to R omega. Now next let us discuss rolling with some sliding. Okay, rolling with sliding. Rolling with sliding. So previous concept is rolling without sliding, without slipping. Now rolling with sliding. Okay, just imagine a ball. The ball rolls and maybe it will slide based on the given surface. Okay, and here there are two conditions to understand the rolling with sliding. So let me take the first condition. If velocity of center of mass, nothing but translational velocity, if it is greater than r omega, nothing but here V is not equal to r omega. So this condition is not satisfied. If it is satisfied, then the condition is said to be pure rolling. And here V not equivalent to r omega. If Vc is greater, Vc nothing but velocity of center of mass of that body, rolling body, is greater than r omega, then let us see how the motion will change. Means, see, this is the disk or any rolling object which is rolling on a rough horizontal surface with some sufficient friction. Okay, rough horizontal surface. So I didn't apply any force. Here the linear speed is Vc, and due to this rotation, Vc is greater than this. So due to angular speed is omega. Okay, and this one is r omega. Once the body, if Vc is greater, if velocity of center of mass This is nothing but translational velocity. If this translational velocity is more, then this point of contact will shift forward. Because this is more, point of contact will shift. In a pure rolling, point of contact remains same. That's why there is no kinetic friction. Point of contact remains stationary in pure rolling in previous concept. Point of contact is remains same in case of pure rolling. That's why there is no kinetic friction or no dynamic friction. Only the friction is static. Okay. Here, if this linear speed is more than r omega, then this point of contact will slip forward. So the point of contact move forward. As the point of contact moves forward, then no doubt frictional force act backward. Okay, frictional force will act backward because the point of contact will slip forward. So frictional force act backward. Okay, we can verify all these things by using some derivations also. If possible, I will continue the derivations also. Here, frictional force is act backwards. Okay. Here, due to this r omega, here this is due to this r omega and frictional force. Due to frictional force opposes the motion. So linear speed of the body decreases. Due to frictional force about the bottom and due to r omega, this linear speed decreases. Frictional force decreases the linear speed. So linear speed of the body decreases when linear speed is greater than r omega in case of rolling with some sliding effect. So linear speed is decreases. As linear speed is decreases, then after some time, definitely this omega will be changes. Because linear speed is decreases, omega definitely changes. And if we take torque about this point, and this torque is possible because of frictional force. So torque due to frictional force, torque is possible due to frictional force. This torque will act in this direction, clockwise. So this torque is acting in this direction. And due to this torque, this omega is increases. Torque due to frictional force. Torque due to frictional force increases the angular speed. Okay, so this is increases. Angular speed is increases. Linear speed is decreases. After some time, see, after a time t is equal to t, this is t is equal to 0. After some time, so this is Vf and this is omega f, and no doubt Vf which is equivalent to r omega f. That means after some time, this body set for pure rolling. Pure rolling. After some time, we can find at what time pure rolling will start. That also we can find by taking some impulse equations. Okay, we can find at what time this body going to set for pure rolling. Okay. And see, so after some time this is set for pure rolling. Okay, and here we see decreases, angular velocity increases. And let us see how to get the time, at what time means, and see if it is covered some distance, some displacement test, we can find this displacement also by using some kinematic equations. Okay, s is equal to some ut plus half at square, we can get this s also. And we can get what is this velocity Vf also. Okay, by using v is equal to u plus at. And due to this frictional force, we can get the acceleration. Frictional force is acting backward. So f is equal to minus mu mg because it is backward. So this can be replaced by ma. So I think remember the one f is equal to what? A is equal to mu g. So this is the linear acceleration. By using this linear acceleration, we can find angular acceleration also. Okay, if you want, I'll write all those steps. Here, keep these 2 points in mind, and this point will shift forward. After some time, this body is set for pure rolling. Okay, so after some time, the body is set to be pure rolling. We can find at that time also. That also I'm going to calculate. Okay, and acceleration you keep in mind minus ug. And see, to find this time, displacement, all these things, we can by applying impulse equation, we will get the time. Impulse means there are two types of motions. One is translatory motion, so you apply translational impulse, linear momentum. Other one is rotational motion, you apply angular momentum. So if you apply the two equations, one is linear momentum equation at a time t is equal to 0, at a time t is equal to t, and one is angular momentum equation at starting and ending, you will get two equations. Solve those two equations, you will get the given answers, means time and all the things you will get. Otherwise, let me write one step, that's better. See, let me write translational motion equations. Translational motion equations means I am writing linear impulse. Linear impulse nothing but conservation of linear momentum. So momentum before the collision, before the at time t is equal to 0, initial momentum. Initial momentum is, this is Vc. So initial, we can write Vc is greater. So initial momentum is mv. If it is Vc, mvc. Okay, and which is equivalent to 2. And due to this frictional force, there will be an impulse. Frictional force. So the frictional force is nothing but F into T. Ft also called as Ft also nothing but impulse. And this is opposite, so I am using minus Ft. Okay. So this is mvc Ft, which is equivalent to 2. This is at t is equal to 0. After some time, pure rolling will start. Pure rolling nothing but only mvf. Vf nothing but r omega f. Okay, this f, okay, let me write mvc f nothing but mu mg t mvf. This is the equation something 1. Apply the rotatory motion equations. Means just to apply the conservation of angular momentum. Angular momentum nothing but I omega or mvr. mvr, otherwise I omega. So initially it is not rotating. Okay, of course it is rotating with angular velocity omega. So, but Vc is greater. This is greater. So due to rotation there is no angular momentum. Due to translational mvc r. Okay, mvc r. And this one, so angular impulse nothing but tau into t. Angular impulse means L is equals to I omega, which is also equivalent as tau t. Force into time is the linear impulse. Tau into t is the angular impulse. So we can write mvc, it is already rotating, so only this is only translatory motion. So at time t is equal to 0, only translatory motion. There is no angular momentum. At the end, there will be a rotational motion, but here pure rolling will start. Whenever the pure rolling starts, there is no frictional force because we are not applying any external force. I think you know these fundamentals. If there is no external force, there is no frictional force because frictional force proportional to applied force. Okay, so here due to frictional force, there will be a rotation. So angular momentum is tau into t. Tau nothing but force into something displacement. Okay, displacement is nothing but something r into t. So this f nothing but mu mg r t. So this is the impulse at time t is equal to 0. Starting means once the rotation starts after t is equal to 0 second. After this time, so the impulse is angular impulse mu mg r t, which is equivalent to I omega. I nothing but, so keep as it is I omega f. So you write omega f as Vf by R. Omega f as Vf by R. Solve these two equations and you will get the time. But I am going to continue one problem, then you will understand easily. Okay, so these are the equations, but next I will continue one problem. In a problem you are going to understand everything. Okay. Now see, if Vc is less than r omega, okay, if you solve these two equations, some terms will be cancelled out, you will get the T, you will get the Vf, how much Vf, okay, if you simplify these two, you will get Vf. Instead of this, let me apply this concept in solving problems, okay, in so many numericals are there, I'll apply this concept in solving some numericals, okay. So let us check next condition. Here, if Vc less than r omega, linear velocity is less than r omega. So if Vc is less, and this is omega, if Vc is less than r omega, then this point of contact will shift backwards. So point of contact move back. As the point of contact moves backwards, then frictional force act forward. So frictional force act forward. Okay, we can verify by this frictional force by using some other derivations also. We'll see those derivations later. And here frictional force is act forward directions. So frictional force acts in the direction of motion of the body also. We are not applying any external force. And r omega is this. Okay, so frictional force is acts back forward, and this frictional force will tries to increase Vc. So Vc is increases, translational velocity is increases, and torque due to frictional force. So these are important points. Frictional force, torque due to this frictional force will decrease angular speed, will reduce angular speed. So one is increases, other one is decreases. After some time, again the body is set for pure rolling. So after some time, Vf is equals to r omega f is satisfied. Whenever the body set for pure rolling, then frictional force is zero. Frictional force is zero means because there is no applied force, then frictional force is zero. Okay. So again, use the impulse equations. If I use impulse, frictional force is forward, so F is equal to mu mg. Again here you will get A is equal to plus mu g. Earlier A is equal to minus mu g. Here A is equal to plus mu g. Again write the two equations. Translational motion equation, you will get one equation. Rotational motion means you apply the conservation of linear momentum and conservation of angular momentum. You will get two equations. Solve those two equations. You will get at what time the pure rolling will start and what is the final velocity, what is the initial velocity, everything we can find. So to calculate all these things, let me give one problem. Okay, let me give the data. From that data I will extend all the formulas. Okay, and here the point of contact is moving. Yeah, it is backward. Frictional force is forward direction. Okay, let me give one problem. Now see the problem. So a rigid body whose moment of inertia is given I, which is equals to something c mr square is given. So I'll write all the things. A rigid body capital I, which is equal to some constant mr square. Okay, if it is a disk, C is 1 by 2. If it is a ring, C is 1. If it is a solid sphere, C is 2 by 5. Hollow sphere, 2 by 3. So keep all the values in mind. Okay, so the given rigid body whose moment of inertia I is equals to CMR square, which is set into a motion on a rough horizontal surface with a linear speed V0 in the forward direction at a time t is equal to 0 as shown in figure. After what time slipping finally stops? Slipping finally stops and pure rolling starts. After what time rolling will start? That is our target. And find linear speed of the body after it starts pure rolling on the surface. Okay, they are asking to find linear speed of the body after it starts pure rolling on the surface. See the given diagram like this. So I is equal to CMR square. C is the constant. It is different for different rigid bodies. See, let us suppose this is a rolling body, maybe disc or whatever, maybe cylinder, whose mass is m, radius is r, and this is at the time t is equal to 0. It is moving with the speed mentioned v naught. As it moves forward, frictional force is backward direction. At the time t is equal to t, pure rolling will start. So v is equals to r omega definitely satisfies, because whenever pure rolling will start, frictional force is 0, then v is equal to r omega must be satisfied. So this moves with a speed of angular speed, and this is v is equal to r omega. Anyhow, just you write the two equations. In translatory motion, translatory motion, frictional force is backward, and that is nothing but F is equal to mu mg. Okay, so mu mg nothing but here left side is there, F nothing but mu mg, and F is nothing but ma. So anyhow, you remember this formula, A is equal to mu g. Acceleration of the rolling body is A is equal to mu g, and just use some kinematic equations to get these answers. V is equal to, like u plus at, u nothing but v naught, a nothing but mu g t. Let us keep these are from equation 1. So I got v. Target is to find out what is this v, what is this time. To get the time and velocity and other parameters, apply the rotational motion concept. Take the torque about the point. So taking torque about O. So torque we can write it as I into alpha, tau nothing but frictional force into radius, about this point O, I nothing but according to the given question CMR square alpha, and this F you can write it as mu mg, 1 r you can strike off it, mu mg, which is equivalent to C m r alpha, then alpha I got it as mu g by something cr. C is a constant. So alpha is mu g by cr. Okay. So we got alpha, but angular velocity omega we can write it as omega naught plus alpha t, but this is going to be 0 starting. It is moving with a linear speed, so this is become 0. Omega is equals to alpha t. So omega we can write it as mu g t by cr. So I got angular speed after a time t. So we got omega, and substitute this omega, v is equals to like r omega, because this condition must be satisfied. V is equals to r omega, v is equal to mu g t by cr omega, sorry, r will cancel, so r into omega we can write. Okay, r omega is mu g t. So linear speed I got it as mu g t by c. So I got mu g t by c. This is the v. Substitute this v value here, you will get the v naught value. So I got v as this much, and c, this is the linear speed. But target is to find out after what time the body set for pure rolling. So better to substitute this second equation in 1. So from 1 is v is equals to v naught minus mu g t. Substitute v value, mu g t by c, v naught mu gt. So v naught, which is equivalent to 2, if I take mu gt common, 1 by c plus 1, and so this is c plus 1 by c. So v naught, which is equivalent to 2, verify some calculations. C plus 1 by c, I think it is too lengthy. Instead of this, by using law of conservation of angular momentum also, we will get the answer. Let us try that also. So here t is equals to time after which the pure rolling will start, means t is equals to v naught into c by mu g 1 plus c. So this is the time after which pure rolling will start. If it is a disk, just you substitute c value 1 by 2. Okay, a disk is rolling with a speed of something. A disk is moving with a speed of some 4 meter per second with a coefficient of friction something 0.2. If they given that value 4, disk is 1 by 2, 0.4 or 0.2 into g 1 plus 1 by 2, you will get the time. You can find time directly. If it is a solid sphere, 2 by 5 is the c value. Hollow sphere, 2 by 3 is the c value. Okay. So this is the time after which pure rolling will start. So v naught c by mu g 1 plus c. And by using this time, we will get the what is the speed, v value. What is the speed? Of course, we got speed as v is equal to mu gt by c. Okay, this is the formula in terms of time. If you substitute this time in equation 1, you will get one more answer. So let me substitute one extra equation. From 1, v is equal to v naught minus mu gt value v naught c mu g 1 plus c, mu g gets cancelled, v is equal to v naught plus v naught c minus v naught c, so v naught divided by 1 plus c. So this also one of the relations. V is the velocity after some time, v naught is the initial velocity, v naught by 1 plus c. See, we can get this equation directly by using angular momentum concept. Okay, but I am using some kinematics. Okay, you follow the methods, and if they given moment of inertia or if they given c value, just you substitute and you follow the method, you will get the plenty of numericals. Okay, they may in the numerical they may ask torque, they may ask omega, they may ask angular acceleration, so many. If they give time and c, we can find v directly. Okay, based on given data, use these formulas. And see, this formula is possible by using conservation of angular momentum also. Let us see how to get that formula. So let me rub this side. See, momentum, initial momentum which is balanced by final momentum. Initial momentum is mv naught r, initial momentum. Final momentum is, so final momentum is nothing but it is rotating and translating. So rotating and translating means it is due to rotation I omega, due to translational mvr. I nothing but, see, mv naught r, I nothing but according to the given question, cmr square omega. Omega for pure rolling v by r, mvr. So 1 r gets cancelled, 1 r gets cancelled, here also gets cancelled, masses are cancelled, v naught which is equal to cv plus v, so v is equal to v naught by 1 plus c. See the direct final answer. Okay, by using law of conservation of angular momentum, we get direct answers. Okay, and here if it is a disk, so what is the final velocity after time t means, if it is a disk, v naught by 1 plus 1 by 2. So 2v by 3 is the linear speed of the disk when pure rolling will start. If they ask the time, use these conditions. Okay, and see, in this problem, if they ask, of course, This is already completed. In the same problem, in the given problem, if they ask you to find out work done by the frictional force from this starting to ending, then let us see how to find that work done. Of course, that work done is possible by using work energy theorem concept. Okay, let us suppose if it is for a disk, let me write one problem here only. For a disk, it is 1 by 2. So see, I am taking 1 by 2. A disk is rolling. If a disk is rolling, the final speed of the disk is v naught by 1 plus c, v naught by 1 by 2 to v naught by 3 is the speed of the disk after a time t. But the question is, for a disk, if c is equals to 1 by 2, then find, one more question, find work done by the frictional force from time t is equal to 0 to time t is equal to t. So this is the question. Okay, work done by the frictional force, work done by the frictional force from time t is equal to 0 to time t is equals to t. So to find this work done, let me apply work energy theorem. According to work energy theorem, from work energy theorem, work done by the frictional force nothing but final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. Here, final kinetic energy, there are two types of kinetic energy. One is translational, other one is rotational. So half m v square, we already got it, plus half I omega square minus initial half m v naught square initial. This is final. Substitute v value 2v0 by 3. I value, it is a disk, cmr square, so mr square by 2. So I is equals to mr square by 2 because I am calculating for a disk. Okay, you verify for a solid sphere, hollow sphere, all the given objects you verify it, you will get different answers. So work done by the frictional force half m v 2v0 by 3, so 4v0 square by 9. Half I value mr square by 2, mr square by 2, omega is v by r whole square minus half m v naught square. So just you substitute. So work done by the frictional force is half m, everywhere is same, you take it out, 4v0 square by 9, half m already taken out, r square by 2, and this is v square by r square. So this r square, here r square is cancelled, v square, v means 2v0 by 3, so again 1 by 2, 4v0 square by 9, just you check the calculations, v becomes what, 2v0 by 3 whole square, 4v0 square by 9 minus v0 square, just you check this calculations, half m 4 by 9, and this is so 4 by 9, 1 plus 1 by 2, 4 by 9 v0 you can write outside, 4 by 9, 2 by 9 minus 1, so 9, 4, 2, 9, something negative we are getting, okay, half m v0 square, 6 minus 9 minus 3, so minus 1 by 6 m v0 square. So this is the work done by the frictional force. Okay, so take this down. Okay, see the next one. So next one, a solid cylinder of radius capital R is set in rotation about its axis. A solid cylinder of radius capital R is set in rotation about its axis with angular speed omega naught. Then lowered with its lateral surface into a horizontal plane and released as shown. Friction coefficient between cylinder and plane is given mu. Then find the time after which cylinder will start pure rolling. So at what time the cylinder will start pure rolling we need to calculate. Here they given like this. Initially the cylinder rotates with an angular speed, they mentioned angular speed omega naught. Once it rotates, okay, it is coming like this. Okay, we are giving some spin, and after some time the cylinder will start pure rolling with a speed v, and omega is v, f. Okay, so this is something final values. Okay, here when it rotates, then frictional force will act in this direction because it is rotating in this way. So frictional force is acting in this direction. Again you balance. See, this is time t is equal to 0. This is time t is equal to t. Write the two equations. One is translational motion equation, nothing but impulse. Translational motion, nothing but impulse equation. You write it. Momentum, linear momentum. Linear momentum, nothing but force into time. Force, nothing but frictional force. Force into time, which is equals to mv. Force, nothing but this is mu mgt, which is equals to mv. One equation. And write the rotational motion equation. Write the rotational motion equations. Rotational, nothing but due to frictional force, there will be a torque. Torque, nothing but tau into t, which is equivalent to I omega. So starting it rotates with an angular velocity omega naught. So I omega naught, and because of this frictional force, tau into t. Tau, nothing but frictional force into time. Okay, frictional force into distance, nothing but radius. So let me write tau into t. Okay, this is tau into t, and finally I omega final. This is the equations. Let me extend these two equations. I, nothing but solid cylinder mr square by 2 omega naught. Tau, nothing but force into distance. Force, nothing but frictional force. Mu mg is the frictional force. Distance, nothing but r into t. I, nothing but again mr square by 2 omega. So here we can write any one. So this final we can write as v by r. So if I write v by r, 1r is there. So you write any one extra terms. So better m everywhere gets cancelled out. R square omega naught by 2 mu g r t r square by 2 v by r. One more r is there. These are also cancelled. So you will get r. So no need of these many steps. R omega naught by 2 minus mu g t, which is equivalent to v by 2. Here also you strike off m. Solve these two equations. From 1 and 2, what is 1? 1 is mu gt, which is equivalent to v. So directly you write mu gt is equal to v. So r omega naught by 2 mu gt as v. So r omega naught by 2 3v by 2. So v is equals to 1 by 3 r omega naught. But what they are asking, time, at that time the body starts pure rolling. So they are asking time. So substitute this value here. From 1 mu gt, which is equivalent to v, mu gt 1 by 3 r omega naught. So you will get time is equals to r omega naught by 3 mu g is the time. Yeah, r omega naught by 3 mu g. Okay. Now let me try one more good question. So this is also possible by two methods. Let me solve the next problem by using conservation of angular momentum only. So that is somewhat easy method comparing to other methods. So let me give the problem. A sphere of mass capital M and radius r shown in the figure slips on a rough horizontal plane. At some instant, it has a translational velocity v naught. At some instant, it has translational velocity v naught, and rotational velocity about the center is v naught by 2r. Then find the translational velocity after the sphere starts pure rolling. Okay, first they given, see this is the sphere. For a sphere, moment of inertia about the center is, about its own axis is 2 by 5 mr square. Here they given starting omega naught is given, something v naught by 2r is given, and this will move with a linear speed v naught. Now we have to find, at the end it will have v and omega. Again apply the same conservation of angular momentum. L initial just you balance with L final. If you write this angular momentum in terms of vector, no doubt that is into the board minus k cap. So both sides minus k cap that is cancelled out. Here starting moving and rotating. Because of the motion, because of the rotation, 2 by 5. So I omega naught. I nothing but 2 by 5 mr square. I omega naught, and this is, if m is the mass, given already mass, m v naught r into minus k cap, because into the board, and direction of angular moment is into the board, but no need to write directly, we can write like this. And after that finally I, this is omega, and this is mvr. So we can get directly by substituting I value and by changing v and omega, you will get the answers. So here moment of inertia, this one is here 2 by 5 mr square, and this omega naught mentioned according to the question v naught by 2r, mv naught r 2 by 5 mr square, omega you write v by r, mvr. So strike off the e, m gets cancelled everywhere, 1r, and one more r is there, one more r. See the r values that also cancelled out. 2 by 5 plus v naught. So this 2 also gets cancelled out. 1 by 5 plus 1, 6 by 5 v naught. 2 by 5 plus 1, 7 by 5 v. Now v is equals to 6 by 7 v naught. Verify some calculations. So I got v is equal to 6 by 7 v naught. Okay. Okay. See the next one. So next, let us see in what direction frictional force will act. Generally we know in translatory motion we can identify the direction of friction easily. Of course, everyone remember that frictional force acts always opposite to the motion of a body. But that is not correct in always, means that is not correct in all the situations. Just you recall block on block. In that case, frictional force acts in the direction of motion of the body also. Of course, that depends on applied force. If there is no applied force, there is no frictional force. I think you remember these things. If there is no applied force, then there is no frictional force. Now here let us see in what direction the frictional force will act. So generally, in case of a rolling motion, that rolling motion means if any body which is rolls on horizontal rough surface, if acceleration of the body is greater than r alpha, acceleration generally you know r alpha. If acceleration is greater than r alpha, then the body moves forward, frictional force will act backwards. If acceleration is less than r alpha, frictional force acts forward direction. Okay. If I think you know these things. If A greater than alpha, A less than R alpha. Okay. And you know the condition for a pure rolling. A is equals to R alpha, otherwise V is equals to R omega. Okay. And see, to get the direction of the friction, let me consider a body whose mass is m and there is something r which is rolling on some rough surface. So let us suppose, see, this is the surface, and here a body of mass m, radius something capital R I am taking, and C is the center. This is rolling with an acceleration of alpha, angular acceleration. Let us apply a force F at certain point. So from center, let me take, this is applied at a distance of x. And here there will be a contact point, and here there will be a tangential acceleration at, and due to the rotation there will be an angular acceleration, means this is balanced by r alpha. Okay, r alpha, just you draw the tangent. Now the acceleration at this point, let us suppose at point P. So acceleration at the point P, we can write as directly at minus r alpha if there is no friction. Okay, if friction is absent, let us assume that friction is absent, then you will get this condition, at minus r alpha. So acceleration at the point P, at nothing but f by m r alpha. Alpha means tau by I. Tau is equals to I alpha. So acceleration at the point P is f by m, or tau about this point is f into x by, this is, let us write m k square. F by m you take outside, then we will get acceleration at the point P. We can write as f by m, okay, small m capital, that's not a matter. So 1 minus rx by k square. So I got acceleration at the point P is this much. For suppose if 1 minus rx is greater than, rx by k square is greater than 0, then, okay, if it is greater than 0, then this is must be positive. That means the body moves forward direction. As the body moves forward direction, frictional force opposes the motion. So frictional force acts backward direction. So we can write the condition of a frictional force is, so here 1 greater than rx by k square. So we can write k square greater than rx is the condition for a body moving, body moves forward direction, and frictional force acts backward direction. So better try to remember this condition. Maybe these conditions will help in solving some problems. So frictional force acts backwards. And here, if k square, which is equals to rx, if k square is equal to rx, there is no acceleration at the point P. That means there is no frictional force. So this is the condition for no friction. And if k square less than rx, then frictional force acts in forward direction. Let us see. This will act in forward. See, frictional force acts forward direction. For this condition, for this one is, we are using k square less than rx. Or let me draw direction of frictional force for different objects. Okay, this is the case for a body of mass m. Okay, we don't know what type of body, just it is a spherical body. Okay, let me draw direction of frictional force in case of a ring. Okay, by using these conditions, let me decide in which direction the frictional force will act. Okay, so let us suppose for a ring, circular ring is rolling on rough horizontal surface. A ring whose mass is m, radius is something capital R, and let me apply a force at a height of something r by 2. Okay, you can apply anywhere, at the top also no problem. So let me apply the force at this point. So this is r by 2, which is equal to x. So x is r by 2. So for a ring, you remember, I think, for a ring, k square by r square, which is equals to 1. Why? Because for a ring about the center m r square, this is m k square, m r square. So k square by r square is 1. So k square by r square is 1. So k square, which is equal to what? R square. K square is equals to r square. And let me find the product Rx value. R into x value r by 2. So r square by 2. Compare these two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. K square is r square, Rx value is r square by 2. So this is dominating. So here k square is greater than Rx value. Rx value is r square by 2. K square is only r square. So k square is greater than Rx. The body moves forward direction, and no doubt frictional force acts backward direction. Okay, frictional force acts backward directions. Let me get frictional force, direction of frictional force for a disc. Let us verify for a disc, solid sphere, hollow sphere, all we can verify. Let me try for a disc. See, this is the disc. And again I am applying a force at a height of r by 2. So let me find k square by r square. K square by r square for a disc is r1 by 2. Why? Because I is equals to mr square by 2. This is mk square. Mr square by 2. Gets cancelled. K square by r square is 1 by 2. So k square value r square by 2. And find rx value. Rx x is again r by 2. So r square by 2. So both are same. If you apply the force at this point, then what you are getting? K square is equals to Rx. As k square is equals to Rx, then this is the condition for what? No friction. Okay, no friction. Okay, now let us check for a solid sphere. Solid sphere, k square by r square value 2 by 5. 2 by 5 mr square, k square by r square value 2 by 5. Okay, again force is applied at r by 2. Force is applied at r by 2. So k square is equals to 2 by 5 r square rx, r into r by 2. So which is equivalent to r square by 2, equations 2. So just you see, this is 0.5, this is 0.4. 1 by 2 means 0.5. This is 0.4. So k square less than Rx. K square less than Rx means frictional force acts in what? Forward direction. So for a solid sphere, frictional force is acting forward direction when you apply a force at this point. Okay, for a solid sphere, frictional force acts at this point of contact is forward direction when force is applied at a height of r by 2. Similarly, you can verify for a hollow sphere. Hollow sphere, this is 2 by 3. 2 by 3. So 2 by 3, anyhow this is greater than this 2 by 3. So you will get 0.6. So k square greater than Rx. As k square greater than Rx, body moves forward. Okay, and frictional force acts backward directions. Of course, here also body moves forward only, but frictional force acts. Body moves forward, frictional force also acts in the direction of most of the body. Okay, so same thing you know in block and block concepts. If you apply a force on second block or third block, frictional force acts on that block maybe in the forward direction also. Okay, frictional force is the responsible for motion sometimes. Okay. Now see,